Hello, lovelies. It's Chi here from Golden Thread Tarot. I'm here to bring you a channel message. I hope this message is finding you blessed and full of abundance. Okay. We've kind of talked about this. I feel like all of the messages that I recorded today are kind of like almost like a long story, but that's fine. We're going to keep on going, okay? So I'm sure I'll link some of the other ones that I did today, or you can probably see I'm wearing the same shirt. So today, I feel like we told the story from like the karmic's perspective, the divine masculine's perspective, and now I feel like I want to tell it from like a divine feminine perspective because I'm hearing that like there's a divine feminine here that moved on from a divine masculine that wasn't ready to become an emperor, right? They're like, okay, well, I'm still going to be the empress. If you're not ready to become the divine masculine or the emperor or whatever whatever you're dealing with, that's your thing. You go deal with it. And you are naturally unaligning with that person and realigning with a person who is ready to step up and become an emperor. Okay. There is a person here, right? So the good news is you are leaving behind an emperor. This is reminding me of another reading that I already done. I think is like one emperor that wasn't ready for you and one that is. It's reminding me of that energy as well. But yeah, exactly. So you are realigning divine feminine with a person who is ready to be an emperor, who's ready, who's already in this emperor energy, right? Who is a person who is ready to step up and fulfill their divine life purpose, right? Because you are balancing out, right? You're ready, you're aligning with somebody who's really actually gonna fulfill those wishes. It's gonna give you the emotional fulfillment, who is gonna be that person. I just got chills when I saw that Ace of Cups. Who is going to be the person that you thought this past person was going to be, right? And nothing against this past person. Like, we're all on our own journeys. This past person, they just weren't ready, right? But that you also could identify this person as a person, perhaps it was maybe like a false flame, or like a person that was like your activator, right? A person that like awakened you to like the twin flame journey and things like that, and kind of woke you up about what was actually happening and that you were on a journey and all of these things, right? So there's all different. It's a general reading. Let the energies resonate as they do for you, okay? But it also could definitely be a situation here where you were supposed to come to an alignment with a particular person, but at the end of the day, people have free will, right? You can have a destiny, but at the end of the day, you can choose not to fulfill that destiny. You can choose for your destiny to be something else, right? Um, and sometimes, the timeline can get shifted back. Sometimes that person can come back around later when they're ready, to perhaps fulfill it at a different day, or or at a different time later on. Or maybe perhaps you just move on from that person and you realign with a person who is more in sync with what you want, right? And that's the good news. And that's the news that's coming to you. That's the downloads that you're getting now, is that you're just like, okay, like you're really, whoever, if you're resonating with this energy, I feel like you're going to be a divine feminine that's kind of like in that surrendering to the divine will. Like, okay, if this person didn't serve my highest good, even if I felt a very strong soul connection to this person, it's time for me to let it go and move on from this, right? To passionately move forward, to realign with somebody who really does fulfill that, right? Your divine blessing wasn't taken away. It isn't attached to a singular person, right? It's attached to an energy, not a singular person. And that's what this is about. That's the download that you're getting. So you're like, you know what? I felt a lot better about being able to walk away from this, because it's not about a person. It's about an energy, right? Which is, if I'm an empress, it's about a person who is choosing to be in that emperor energy, right? And your intuition is guiding you forward towards this person, okay? You've made this choice to go towards a new cycle. You're closing out that past cycle, and you're closing it out. You're like, okay. You might have had a little difficulty moving on and closing out that contract, because you were like, dang, I really wanted things to work out with that past person, because we were really supposed to come together in this lifetime and make it work, right? However, at the end of the day, right, you got a choice. At the end of the day, you got a choice. And that person either wasn't ready when you were ready, or this person fell to some kind of karmic cycle, okay? It happens, right? It does happen, but that is the truth that's coming out here, right? You have to choose your happiness. You have to choose your fulfillment. You have to choose, to align with somebody who wants the same thing as you. And, this person just felt you and this person and this past person just fell out of alignment. It is what it is, right? You need to choose a person who is going to align with the same values that you have, you know? I really feel like this past person was really struggling. Okay. This past person was really struggling with the thought process of accepting this type of divine love energy. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, they were really, really struggling with accepting the truth of this divine love. And I feel like it could have really triggered you. It could have really made you feel like, oh, I must not, it must be me. I must not be good enough. It must be because, and yeah, and it really wasn't about you, right? It really wasn't about you. It could make you feel like it was about you, right? Because this person could have been really struggling, because they're showing me the Eight of Swords. This person could have really been struggling with some 3D, earthly thought processes of, this is what my partner is supposed to look like, this is what it's supposed to feel like, this is what it's supposed to be like. This person got really hung up in those fear cycle. They got really hung up in, well, this is the way that I've always been taught in this earthly realm to view it, when this person needed to use their spiritual eyes, when instead they were looking at you through their earthly eyes, right? Through their human form instead of through their soul, right? Instead of looking at your soul, they were too busy looking at your human form. And that can be very triggering. That can be like, well, why can't you see me for who I really am? Why does it matter, what I look like, what my race is, where I'm from, what my religion is, what my, social economic status is? Why does that matter when on a soul level we are those people, we are those souls to each other? And that can be very triggering, right? But that, I know that this might sound like a very controversial thing to say, but on this soul journey, that triggering moment is so pivotal. It's so important because it makes you understand, what? I need to be valued for something deeper than just the money that I make, the job that I have, the clothes that I wear, what I look like, because this is just a shell. I need to be with somebody who radiates and recognizes my energy for who I am, right? I need to be with that person who radiates on that same level, who can look forward. And that's, who can look deeper than skin deep, who is not, and even, and I really feel like eventually this person did look deeper than skin deep, but they still were very hung up with, but what about this? But what will my family think? But what about all these other things? They could have been being asked to leave a karmic relationship. They could have been asked to quit a karmic job. They could have been asked and they just weren't ready to face those fears. They just weren't ready to put themselves in that right mindset. They just weren't ready to face that, and you were. So you said, you know what, I'm going to start this brand new cycle. You got the download that, hey, um, this cycle is not about you waiting for this other person to finally recognize who you are. They have to walk their own path and they have to choose their own path. Yeah, this person very much so was stuck in this, was very stubborn and very much stuck looking with their earthly eyes. But what about this? But what about that? But what about this? But what about that? And I feel like this person had a really hard time shedding these limiting beliefs. And I know that because you had some kind of soul contract with this person, because you had some kind of star, maybe even like starseed mission. This person was was a member of your soul family, was a member of your star family, however you want to, you want whatever title you want to put on them, right? That it made it a little bit more difficult. You're like, I really don't want to leave this person behind. I really don't want to leave them behind. They're my friend. I really don't want to leave them behind, right? But that was part of your lesson too, was understanding that, it's, you can't walk that path for them. They have to choose to walk that path for themselves. And in the end, just like them choosing to not face that was your lesson, you choosing yourself and choosing your soul mission over that person, and you walking away and prioritizing, well, I still have to follow my mission, is that person's lesson, right? Yeah. And it was about facing this rejection. It was about facing the fears, right? It was about facing the fears of being rejected by a person that you had such deep feelings for. And just like this person triggered you by rejecting, you're going to trigger them by choosing yourself and rejecting them. Like, okay, now I don't have to stay and wait on that energy, right? And it's going to trigger learning on both of you, because like spirit was like, yeah, you two of you could have came together and could have had, you know, and fulfilled a mission, and that soul mission was learning to value each other, and you could have chosen to do that together. But if you don't choose to do it together, you can choose to do it apart. You're going to choose to do it apart, right? There's always a backup plan. There's always a backup plan on a backup plan on a backup plan, period. Okay? This person might have chosen not to step, sorry. might have, chosen not to step into this Emperor energy, but you chose to step into your Empress energy, okay? And I know it wasn't an easy choice to make. I'm very proud of you. Exactly. You're setting up like a long legacy. That was part breaking these generational cycles is a part of your lesson here as well, right? And it was this person's lesson too. I was just about to say the Eight of Swords, okay? With those limiting beliefs, breaking out of those limiting beliefs. But what will my family think? But what will they think? But what will this person think? But wasn't I supposed to do this? But I thought I'm supposed to do this. I thought I'm supposed to do that. I thought I'm supposed to be this. I thought I'm supposed to be that. You know, I've been told my whole life I'm supposed to look like this and feel like this, and my partner's supposed to look like this and feel like this and do this and come from this and have this, you know. So this person, you know, like you faced your limiting beliefs. You chose to fight it. You know, you chose to get out of the cycle. You chose to let it go. Right? Yeah, right. Yeah. You chose to let it go. Oh, I know. You chose to stand in your truth. Right? You chose to have the confidence and the understanding. Right? You chose to combine together. Right? Your shadow self, your earthly self, as well as your higher spiritual self, right? You learned the karmic lesson that you were supposed to learn. Hey. Yeah. If you'll just sit down, you can stay. Will you sit down, please? Yeah. No. Stop, please. I'm gonna put you down. What? I know. Hmm. Hmm. No. Oh. Come here. No, 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 no. I know. I was gonna let her stay if she would sit down, but she likes to do all that parading back and forth. Yeah. And now, okay, this has become obvious to this emperor too, right? Now this person is like, now you've walked away. Now they see the truth, right? There's that cut, that original cut, right? Now they're learning, now that you walked away, they're learning to stand in their truth, right? They're learning to face their fears, right? Because you're facing your fears, because you guys marry each other, you walk forward, you face your fears. Now they're seeing the truth too. Now they're seeing that too, right? And like I said, sometimes we get to come together and learn those lessons together, and sometimes we'll learn those lessons apart. It is what it is, right? Look at that. Look at that. Did I not say the two of you are marrying each other? Okay, right? Because that's part judgment. As you wake up, they wake up. As you face your fears, they face their fears. Right? I wish I hadn't put those two, but look at that. Is that not crazy? I told y'all, right? You're marrying each other. You step into your Empress energy, they step into their Emperor energy. Right? The movement is happening, period, on a soul level, right? And it might, and sometimes the movement happens and it's not in the way that we think, right? It's going to happen in divine time. It's going to happen when it's supposed to, not maybe when we thought it was supposed to, right? Maybe this divine love doesn't look the way that you thought it does, maybe the true divine love is learning to have that love for yourself, right? Learning to have those moments of realization for yourself, choosing yourself. At the end of the day, that's what this divine message is always about, is choosing yourself, right? It's always about choosing yourself. And not in a selfish way, right? Not choosing yourself in that selfish way, but learning these divine lessons, right? Of self-worth, of self, of self-worth, of self-love, of giving yourself what you deserve, regardless of what other people want to tell you what you deserve, right? Seeing that within yourself. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm sorry, that fell on the floor was the Four of Swords. So it's giving me, yeah, that surrender. This person is surrendering the way that you surrendered. Well, there's still something this person is holding on to. Oh, union. I feel like you've surrendered union with this person. And again, I feel, and that's a big tower moment for this person. I feel like, okay, I feel like you are coming into union with a person who has chosen to mirror this energy within you. And although this other person eventually will mirror this energy within you, right? Like I said, I feel like you have chosen. The good news is you are coming into alignment with that person who mirrors that energy within you, who has chosen to incorporate this kind of passionate fire energy into, the stability energy of like this pinnacle energy here. Energy. Yeah. Because that's what spirit is saying, right? It's not about a particular person. It's not about the shell. It's about the energy that lies within. And that's what you had to learn too. This person had to learn that. And in you being like, you know what? I'm going to teach this person this lesson. You taught yourself that lesson too, right? You learned that lesson as well. It's not about the shell. It's about the energy that lies within it. It's about you understanding how to really start recognizing that energy, how to start marrying the energy that you want. If you want a particular person to have, to be a certain way, start marrying that energy as well, right? Before you meet the person, right? You're like, okay, I want my partner to be this and this and this and this and this. Start marrying that energy. Live in that energy yourself. And as you do that, as you have that self-worth, as you have that energy, it will build, and you will call in this person that mirrors that energy within you, right? And you are really quickly, I'm hearing really quickly coming into union with this. It's going to be a huge tower moment because it's going to be like, bam, like, oh, snap, there they are. Mm-hmm. Spirit just wants you to focus on your new beginning and focus on your new beginning, right? Focus on what you do want. Don't focus on what you don't want. Don't focus on the rejection. Don't focus on the things not working out in the past, right? See that you have this Two of Cups still out there. Don't worry about the 3 cups that you lost, right? You still have those 2 cups. Turn around and see that it is very sad, right? Spirit saying they understand that it is very sad that you're unaligning with one person in the past that you, on a really deep soul level, you're like, this person's my friend. It's so sad. I don't want to leave them behind. But Spirit's saying, you have to learn how to do that for yourself, right? You have to break that codependency of feeling like it's your job to rescue people who don't want to rescue themselves. Like, you gotta let go, and you gotta align with a person who is gonna match that energy within you, who is gonna want to be there and support you, and is gonna want to love themselves and take care of themselves the same way that you do, right? Yeah. So you do have a brand new beginning. You just need to let go of this, right? Let go of the betrayal, let go of the fear of it, let go of the pain of it. And I feel like you are. I feel like you're purging it, feeling like you're let going it. If this is coming up, let it come up and then let it go, right? As much as you can. and focus as much of your energy as you can on this new beginning, right? Because you're receiving justice for everything that happened in the past, for the rejection that you received in the past, for the back and forth energy of the past, right? And I feel like that, yeah, you had to learn how to put an end to it. You had to learn how to stop saying this isn't good enough for me, you know, like this isn't good enough, or you to start saying this isn't good enough, right? Like it's not okay that you're here, then you're gone, and you're here, then you're gone. No, that's not okay. Like, no, you'll be okay. You're here, then you're gone, then you're here, then you're gone. That's not okay. Okay, so any other last messages before we close this out, Spirit? Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of last messages, Spirit. Uh, be aware of this Mercury retrograde, you guys. Not beware, but be aware during this Mercury retrograde, okay? You're in a very attractive energy. You're very much so, there's a lot of energy swirling around you. There's a lot of energies that'll be kind of throwing themselves at you. You know, read out people's energies and be aware of what's going on. Yeah, allow this last little bit of like this death process to go ahead and happen. Go ahead and fully surrender to this and just know that the timing will be when it's supposed to be. That this person will be in your life when they're supposed to be. That they will come in and know in your heart that they will be delivering the justice that you need. Right? And in the meantime, just enjoy yourself. Enjoy how strong you've become. Give yourself your roses that you deserve, okay? Like, some of you have been focusing on the fact that it's like, oh, me and this person didn't come together, so I failed that mission. And Spirit's like, you didn't. You didn't fail. You did what you were supposed to do. You were there, you showed up. This other person chose not to show up. That's not your fault. Don't focus on the fact that you feel like you failed this other mission, because you didn't. You passed your test. You're learning the lessons that you were supposed to learn from that past experience. So accept that you are resonating in this divine energy. Accept who you are. See yourself for who you really are, right? Don't focus. To show me again that 5 of Cups. Don't focus on that. Focus on how much progress you're making, how, how you're really stepping up and doing what you need to do. Because I feel like in the past you were really taught to be like, to focus on, if you did 5 things, you won the 4 and you focus on the one that you didn't, on the one that you didn't accomplish. Like, I got this, and this done today, but I really should have got this done too. I really just should have got this done too. I really should just got this done too. Instead of being like, dang, I accomplished this today. I can do this tomorrow, or I can do this on my next off day, or I can do this some other time. It's okay. But look at all this that I did accomplish. This is amazing, right? I got so much done. And I really felt like you had a lot of people around you in the past that would do that, right? That no matter how much you were winning, they'd focus on the thing that you hadn't done yet. They would focus on, but what about that? But what about this? You didn't accomplish that. You didn't accomplish this. Um, so Spirit is saying that that's something that they really want you to help heal inside yourself. And you're just going to have to do some inner child healing. And Spirit says they see that you're already doing that. But those are the things, if you're wondering like what's slowing you down, it's that kind of mentality that's slowing you down. It's the, man, I should have just got that done. I should have just got that done. Like, it's okay. Some days you need to rest. Some days just focus on all the things you are accomplishing, and not the things that, that haven't happened yet. And like I said, all the same, because look, it's just like all the freaking nights, like all the freaking nights are showing up right here. Nights, 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 right? You have a lot of energies coming towards you. You have a lot of suitors coming towards you. Some of them are going to come towards you because they're just really attracted to you. Some of them are going to be rushing in, just having something to say to you because they feel like you're leaving them behind and they don't want it to end. Some people are taking their sweet time coming in, kind of dragging their feet. Um, yeah, it's giving me kind of this kind of too little too late energy, or like I'm scared to come in kind of energy. Some people are coming in on some, coming in with some offers, maybe not the most mature offers, but it's like something that could grow, so just be aware. Just be aware and don't pay attention to the people that are sending you this weight energy, that are sending you this wait, slow down, don't go so fast. No, I feel like you've made a decision on most of them. And you might have some people that try to sway that decision. Make sure you stand in your truth, okay? You've decided to stand in your truth. Keep doing that. Yeah. Also be aware that you have some people around you that are trying to cause some burdens to you, okay? You do have some people, they see you as competition, and that, I feel like that's that energy that we were talking about before, where it was like, oh, focus on the one, but what about this? But what about that? You have some people around you and you're like, I'm accomplishing all of this. And they're like, did you do this? But did you do that? And you're like, but what about all these 20 things that I did accomplish? Yeah, but what about this one thing? So don't let people like that, or whether or not they're friends, their family, past people, whatever it is, don't let them focusing on the thing about you that doesn't please them make you feel, make you question your self-worth, right? Yeah, because they're trying to be some sneaky-ish, right? Also, don't focus on the fact that if somebody doesn't want to accept you for who you are, let them not accept you for who you are and just move on about your business, because that's a them problem. That's a them problem, not a you problem, right? They got an issue with you and who you want to be. That's a them problem, not a you problem, right? And anything that doesn't work out, anything that hasn't worked out, it's not meant to, right? But you have a really you do have some people coming towards you, start trying to start some, like, really quickly towards you, trying to like snatch you up. It's like this, it's kind of like the universe is putting out this like, hey, I'm free. Like, you're putting out this very attractive, because you're stepping into that divine empress energy. You're attracting a lot of suitors, you're attracting a lot of people around you. So you could be having past people trying to be like, wait a minute. You could be having new people, new people that of a variety of types, right? So you just need to put on your thinking glasses, right? You need to put on your, like, tune into yourself, get grounded, know who's playing what role, right? And who you're going to allow space and energy in your life, and just move forward and have a good time. Have as much of a good time as you can. Spend a lot of time, like having that good time with friends and family, eating well, taking care of yourself, and just enjoy. And if you're spending your time focusing on what you enjoy, everything is just going to unfold in front of you the way that it's supposed to. So have to know that, okay? Thank you guys so very much for being here with me today. I'm very proud of all the work that you've been doing. Like, good freaking job, okay? And give yourself your roses, because you deserve that, right? You deserve that. 100% you do. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this brought the love, light, and clarity to your situation that you really needed, okay? If this resonated for you, you can always comment down below, all right? Please check out the links in the description box down below. If you feel guided to watch any of my other readings, please do so. If you feel guided to reach out to me to get a personal reading, my information for that is down in the description box as well. Thank you guys so very much for being here with me, all right? Subscribe to the channel, like the content if you like it, okay? Thank you guys so very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!